Hey, shout out to Matt Cater. I hope I'm saying your name right, man. But I read your comment in the comment section about this particular topic that I've been discussing about Lamar. And I've actually seen a few of you bring up this concept about Lamar going to the Dolphins, possibly going to the Dolphins, and what he could get there and what he wouldn't get from Baltimore. And I decided to take a deeper look into this, and I'm going to break down why I still think that Lamar is going to be going back to Old Charm City. Now, there's no doubt, no question that the idea of Lamar Jackson throwing the Waddle and Tyreek Hill would be intriguing. It'd be even intriguing to me. But at the same time, those guys are very useful on the field. But what good are they if they don't get the ball to them? And what I mean by that is we got to look at the protection for Lamar Jackson. Is he going to have enough time to get the ball out to get to those guys? Yeah, they move fast, but the game of football is fast as well. So it may take them a little longer to get wide open or even open enough for Lamar to get the pass off to him when you have an O-line who's ranked at the moment 25th in the league. He'd be leaving the offensive line that is ranked second in the league. And to me, I just don't see the worth in that. Make no mistake about it. It's nice to have fast receivers and everything like that, but unless you have a established offensive line that is well put together and does a great job pass and run protecting, it's difficult for any quarterback to maintain composure and to get the ball out to any receiver, whether it be fast or slow. And we also got to keep in mind the fact that this season, while he was in the pocket, Tua got 3 concussions. And that Dolphins doctor, staff, however you want to refer to it, was garbage. Those situations were completely mishandled. And you can't say it was taken care of because 2 concussions happened within a matter of 4 days, and then the next one towards the end of the season. So much so that Tua missed the playoff game. I always say, if you're going to look at a picture, you got to look at the complete picture. Look at the entire thing. And the entire thing is that, yeah, the Miami Dolphins have great weapons that would be at Lamar's disposal, but he would have to be protected first. Look, I truly cannot express this any clearer than this. I need y'all to understand, please, take my word for this. Offensive line matter way more than people really give it credit for. It matters a hell of a lot more than who you're passing the ball to. That whole saying about the battle is won and lost in the trenches, that stuff is real in the football world, man. It's real. Don't believe me? Check out the Philadelphia Eagles right now. Look at that offensive line, what Jalen Hurts has in front of him. Look at Jason Kelce on this play right here. Look at this. And look at the lane it opens up for Sanders to just run right through. That scheme, yes, but it's also the talent of the offensive lineman. You get the right offensive lineman and you put them together and you get this kind of protection for a running back or a quarterback. You get the kind of production that everybody wants. That's when it matters. Now, if you don't have this kind of protection, but you got toys on the outside and your receiver position, those toys are useless. And from what I'm seeing, the Ravens have a better offensive line. So to me, that makes more sense for Lamar to stay there than it is to go anywhere else, especially Miami. And speaking of the Ravens, it was brought to my attention how they go about doing things, about how they're more about defense and the run game, which is true. That's not a secret. That's been the thing for pretty much the Ravens' entire existence, that is based on the run game and on the defense. But that just further proves how valuable Lamar Jackson is to the Ravens and how much Lamar really needs the Ravens. What better way to become a better football team than to increase your strengths? And honestly, I think that's why it's really, really important for you guys not to pay attention to anybody on the sports media or anything of that nature when it comes to Lamar Jackson. Because half of those fools don't even know what the hell they're talking about. Because look at this clip right here.
What about 1-for-1 Lamar for Justin Fields?
Did y'all hear that? Wait, it gets better.
Ravens have built an offense that necessitates a mobile quarterback, and they don't want to pay their quarterback.
Man, shut the hell up. Shut up.
The The Ravens don't want to pay their quarterback, despite the fact that the owner, the GM, and the head coach have all said they want Lamar Jackson back. They want to pay Lamar Jackson. They've been trying to get in the contract talks with Lamar Jackson before the season even started, and yet they are the ones that don't want Lamar Jackson back. Cut the crap. The Ravens have already done the number one thing they needed to do this offseason, and that was to part ways with offensive coordinator Greg Roman. As soon as they did that, I know for a fact, he probably won't admit it, but I know Lamar Jackson had a smile on his face. That means that they were tired of his crap as well. He did great for them as far as running the ball and everything like that and putting them in the history books. Thank you for that. But they're chasing championships now, just like Lamar is. So now that they've done that, let's get back to the scheme thing. Now, with Baltimore now parting ways with Greg Roman, Harbaugh has already come and said that he already went to Lamar and told him he wants his viewpoints and his opinion on who do he think that they should bring in for the next offensive coordinator. Now, will they do a complete 180? I highly doubt it. But that's not a bad thing, because just the presence of Lamar being on the field in the first place adds a threat to the run game. So yeah, the Ravens do like to run the ball a lot, but that's why Lamar Jackson needs to be there, because you never know what he's going to do. And it's that thought alone that scares defenses when he steps on the field. Defensive coordinators have to be cautious because they know that Lamar Jackson can run that ball just as well as he can throw it down the field. And of course, when in Baltimore, you have to have a strong defense. That's just basically like a rule that we've established years ago. But that's important for Lamar too. Having a defense that could shut down the big plays, especially with all these high caliber quarterbacks in the league now, is very important and very, very helpful so that Lamar doesn't have to keep playing catch up and stay ahead in the race, so to speak. And with Baltimore extending Roquan Smith, that basically means that going into next year, he's going to have a solid defense on his side. I don't believe a coincidence. I don't buy into rumors. And I pay absolutely no attention to anybody who is outside of the Ravens organization or Lamar Jackson or as to what they feel or what they're trying to do as far as his future goes. Everyone involved in getting him a new contract have all admitted and said that they want Lamar Jackson to stay in Baltimore, and he wants to stay in Baltimore. When will they sign him? I don't know. But trust me when I say, I know. The next contract Lamar Jackson signs is going to be to stay in purple and black.